Hello guys, I'll just use my earpiece. Let me share my screen. Sorry for the little delay. I just wanted to um, I'll share my screen to just give us a state, an update on what is happening so that we can know how to uh, where to put our strengths. And so this is the project I just pushed now, and so let me take you first to a chart with, I think we should have the same instructor. So charts. So this is what I asked him. I told him my assumption from the screenshots. The screenshot is the project description. Is that the CRUD operations required in the project are normally in a project you think you do create, read, update, and delete. So, but the project requirement was very specific. And so because of that, I had to ask him, let me open the project requirement. So we have this is the project requirement. So if you come down here to the functions, this is what it's saying. So in all of this is saying the CRUD operations are these. Artisans can add product descriptions. So that's like an edit. Okay, the artisans are the sellers. Then yeah, artisans can list their handcrafted items. Okay, then users should be able to filter by category, by price range, or other relevant criteria. Okay, that's not a CRUD request. Then any user can be able to leave a rating. So you will have to create a rating for the product, not for the user. So a rating and rating review for the product. So that's a create request. These artisans can add product descriptions. That will be an update request or an edit request because it is assumed that the product already exists. So artisans can just come and update the product description because they're not telling us where we can create a new product. So like it happened in the tutorial, the database was seeded with already made mock-up items. So that's exactly what I did. So for the database, this is what I did. If you come here, you see a seed. So when you run this function, I've commented it out. You can take a look at it. When you run this function, it will reset the database and create the three database we need: review, Haven product, and Haven users. And what is it using to create this? We have it's using a placeholder data. So I just created some placeholder data. We can add to it if we like. So we have 10 users. So from these users, it will create it. We have 10 users. We have 10 products. So each user have one product. That means each user is selling one product. That's the seller ID. And then we have already made reviews. But we are going to, since we'll be creating reviews as from the instruction, we are going to be creating more reviews. So we should be able to create a fresh review apart from this one that has already been seeded into the database. And we should be able to change this description. So, there was a way I did if you read the code, you'll be able to, you see how I did the image. So, some of the images were collected randomly online. So some of the description does not perfectly fit them. So a user can just go on. What we should be able to do now is that a user should be able to go to edit the description of the product. The work that is remaining now is editing the description of the product. That's on a update request and creating a new review. That's the work that is left. So when we create a new review, we'll be able to uh, a user that comes to the website should be able to see the review of a product, whether it's 4.8 over 5 or 3.5 over 5 or 2 over 5. That means a bad product. Okay, so I'll just go to the website just to show us some of the works that are remaining. Yeah, so Gilbert created the header and footer. I created the main page. So normally you should be able to log in before you have access. But what I've discovered now, one of the job we need to do is that the login only works. The login only works for, it will take us to the dashboard page, right? I can access this seller page and this product page without logging in. So that's something we need to correct. But let me just, okay, let me try this. Let me do slash dashboard. Let me do slash dashboard and see if it will let me. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's what is supposed to happen. So I think work needs to be done there. We need to find a way to make sure that it's only somebody that logs in that can get into this page. Normally, when you log in, this is where it's supposed to take you to, right? But I just, without logging in, it took me there. So that means I have work to do. We'll have to, we have work to do actually. We'll have to find a way that the login we I think the place to check is this. I did some research about it. It should be this auth.config. This one, something here. We have to play with this. We have to play with this. In fact, these three, the auth.config, the auth.ts, the middleware, our research will be happening around here. And so, yes, this is where a change will have to occur somewhere. So that we're telling that if the person is not authenticated, you should not allow the person to enter any other page. So it's one of these three files that we can correct that. So we'll have to do more research on that. So, okay, so this is the dashboard, so to speak. I just created this. It's not a major requirement, but if somebody logs in, you should see this. And so you should be able to move. So I'll just go to the sellers. Want to see all the sellers. Okay, so we have the sellers. So yes, we have the sellers here. In this each of the seller, we can see all the seller and their, you know. So it is assumed that if you want to make a purchase, this is not a full website where you can have payment. It's too complex. So the number is there. If you want to purchase from Ngozi Eze, just call a number. That's my own assumption, right? Since it's not part of the requirement that will create a payment stuff and we don't have enough time. And so this is the sellers page. This is the products page. So all the products. So if you want to see all the products, they are here. So for the review, since we are reviewing a product, I'm thinking in my head that each product will need to be reviewed. And so there should be a button somewhere that will say review product. So imagine the person have bought this product, they want to create a review for it. So when he click on that button, it will take him to a form that he cannot fill. There are two parts, the rate over 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will pick from the rate. You pick from the rate whether 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 over 5. Then you will also write a written review. Then we send it and it will store in the database. So that when you now come here, you should be able to see the rating of this product. If you have 10 rating in the database, you should the code, our API should be able to add all of them together and divide by 10 to give us the average rating. Yeah. So we may just show only the rating. The written words may not be necessary to show. Maybe somewhere later we can decide to show uh, the top 5 rating words as far as rating is concerned for each of the product, but there may be no time to do that. So these are all the products. Now to get the product for a particular person, because each of these persons are artisans and they are sellers and they have their own product. So if I want to get the product of this, I have to click review product. So to take me to the dedicated profile of the person. So that's the dedicated profile part. Take me to the dedicated profile of the person. So Halima Bako, that's her email. These are bio. It could be more than that. And these are, so all of this, we don't need to work on the person. All of these have been seeded into the database. We can decide to increase it or decrease it as we like. But so I just gave one product for each. So this is the product. This is the product. And this is the description of the product. So now if I want to okay, so from here too, I should be able to also give a review here, either here on the main product page, I should be able to give a review. If I want to go back, I can just go to home and all of that. So, yeah, that's it. So some of the things that are required is, now this, that dashboard page, the footer was not getting to the bottom. Okay, so we need to be able to use CSS or Tailwind to do that. Then this login, we can access all these pages without a user being login. That needs to be corrected. We need to be able to so we want to be seeing the review of each product. So we need to create a form for review and a button that will lead us to that form for a person to review. And then when the review is done, it should be automatically updated in the product page. Both the review. Then if you want to edit, this is the description, the product description for newborns midweight. So this one makes sense. So some of them really doesn't like, if you look at this one. Elegant, rustic, arranged, crafted in, okay, that one makes sense. There are some that, whether they make sense or not, the requirement said we should be able to, an artisan should be able to, change the description, the project description of the product. So yes, an artisan should be able to change the project description of the product. So we have, all right, so that is that for that. Yeah. So there are a number of things to still be completed. Okay, one more thing I need to show us. Just to show you what I did with the images. So the images, we have a public, you probably know this, but let me just say, for instance, these users, I got the users and named them exactly with their name. So for first name, for this one, I named them according to the last. For the products, I named them according to the product has several names, but it ended with basket. So I use the ending for product. And then for users, I use the beginning. When I say ending and beginning, what do I mean? Let's go to the product page. So let's go to product. For product page, you can see that I'm taking the last. So I say slash product because this public, this product. So the source is from here, slash product. I'm taking the last dot length -1, the last part of the product name to lowercase. So I intentionally, if you see the name in this placeholder, the placeholder, this thing, like this one, baskets. Let's go to the placeholder UI. Here is it. We have this, yes. So you can see the products, first product, say hand woven basket. So I pick the basket in lowercase. This one, I pick the wallet such that when I store them in the public like that, you see wallet of WebP. I convert, make sure all of them are were converted to WebP. So it will pick it directly without stress. For this one now, I just pick the first name. So if you go to the code, sellers, let's go to the sellers page. You see that I'm picking the first one, picking in the 0. Okay, the seller name does split, then pick the first one, split it by the space, pick the first one. And then for our colors, I set the colors using Tailwind. So if you come here, these are the colors. Okay, so this is yeah, I think I need to update this. I used the primary color, the secondary color, the tertiary color. And they want to give us some options. We can put the 5 colors, that we have, we can put it here and use them as a guide. So we have 5 color. I picked 3 before. Or my other this thing, I'm using the 5, so I can just copy that. This is the 5. I think, yeah, I'm using the 5 here, so I can just decide to copy the 5 and add it. And so, but I've already pushed for this, so somebody else can just do this, just add it here on that color so that I have access to all of them and try different colors. Okay, what else? There are other things that we may need to do later because they want to check if this thing can load. It takes time to load. So what will be showing when it's loading? So we need to do suspense, lazy loading, and all of those things. Can try to create skeletons, but all those things will happen only this time. All right, sorry for talking too much. I just said I should do some explanation to what I've done so far. Thank you.